I fell down, got these cuts and bruises, all these wounds turn to scars, no such thing as lose. And now I stand tall, saw my roots and moving. I won't ever change for the seasons. I fell down, got these cuts and bruises, all these wounds turn to scars, no such thing as lose. And now I stand tall, saw my roots and moving. I won't ever change for the seasons. Thought it was a race, competing with my friends. Takes a lot of time to get to the end. All the ups and downs, fighting for the win. Now I'm out of town. Does it even matter? I'm tired of feeling behind. Just wanna catch up, don't give up on my life. I'm tired of feeling behind. Don't wanna give up, just catch up to you. I fell down, got these cuts and bruises, all these wounds turn to scars, no such thing as lose. And now I stand tall, so my roots I'm supposed to grow. I won't ever change for the seasons. I fell down, got these cuts and bruises, all these wounds turn to scars, no such thing as lose. Stand tall, so my roots and
Good morning. I think this is the first time this week that I have spoken to the vlog. Yes, I'm wearing the Lucy and Yak sunflower dungarees again. That would be because I had a blood test this morning, and 15 minutes before I had to leave, I was still in my pyjamas, just having a coffee now, and thought we'd just catch you up on some things. Firstly, I don't know if this is a real chronic illness thing, because I think that people without chronic illness go for a blood test and hope that it comes back normal. I'm always like, please show something, because as I think I mentioned before, my fatigue has been bad, my joint pain's been bad, my breathlessness has been bad. And I mean, before this last month, I could never have run a marathon, but I was really enjoying my yoga. I was enjoying my walks, and I just haven't been able to do any of those. My heart rate keeps spiking for no reason, and I find myself getting really out of breath. I had a cold. Was it the end of last week's vlog? Oh no, I don't think I put a vlog up last week. It was the week before. And actually, I didn't take a COVID test because I don't have any, but I'm pretty sure it was COVID again, because I, especially now after it, feel as crap as I did after the first bout of COVID that I had. But I just isolated in the bedroom and left Tom to deal with everything else. So that was fun. What do I want to share with you? Have I finished any books since I last spoke to you? Yes, I have. So I finished, have I not finished any NetGalley ones? Possibly not. So anyway, I finished Act Your Age Eve Brown. I did finish it in time for the live show, but then didn't participate in the live show because I was having a bad brain time. But I even tabbed up some things in here to talk about, and I can't remember what I tabbed up now. Oh, and it's really annoying. My copy of Eve Brown is like, the pages are all stuck together at the top. So it's all like ripped, and it's annoying the hell out of me. This is the first time that I'd read this copy, because I originally had it as an ARC. So I bought this copy when it came out, but it's the first time I've actually opened it. This line made me laugh. That was sexy romance novel talk, and this was not a sexy romance novel situation. Obviously. I like how, like, Talia Hibbert is kind of tongue-in-cheek about romance. And yeah, this I was sacked for eating the complimentary biscuits made me laugh far longer than it should have done. But yeah, I gave that a 5-star again, because It's Eve Brown. You're not going to give her any less than a 3-star. I am really excited because I saw somewhere online that Talia Hibbert may be writing a sapphic romance, and I think my little queer heart may just explode. I then read The Paris Connection, also known as Uncoupling, by Lorraine Brown, and I really, really enjoyed this. I did only give it a 4-star instead of a 5 because all the way through, although I loved, this was set over one day in Paris. My neighbour has just seen me filming, and hi neighbour, that's one thing about living in a bungalow, you can't escape to the back room and film. Anyway, yes, so basically I thought this was going to be a kind of sliding doors thing going in, but it's not. It's set in one day, and when I can't remember, Hannah and Si are on a train, and Hannah decides to go and find a quieter carriage because she can't sleep, and when she falls asleep, and when she wakes up it turns out that it was an overnight train, and at some time in the morning the train split and went on different tracks, so she's ended up in Paris when she should be in Amsterdam, and she spends the day with Leo. And that part of the romance was lovely. I've never really been into Paris, but actually since reading this I kind of want to go to Paris. I've been to Paris before when I was younger, but not as an adult. But all the time she was with Leo, I just couldn't stop thinking, but she has a boyfriend, but she has a boyfriend, but she has a boyfriend. And yes, her and her boyfriend, she realises, aren't on the same page with things, but I don't know, I'm very black and white when it comes to relationships, and I probably shouldn't be, but the way that I am in my head is that if you have a boyfriend, you don't have a romantic day in Paris with another man or woman or whoever. Yeah, I don't like... It's weird because it's not exactly cheating because nothing happens, but yeah, that just didn't sit right with me. And the ending of this was so far-fetched, so unbelievable. It was almost as if the author panicked and was like, okay, I need a way to end this and wrap it up. However, that said, I still really enjoyed the romance in this book, and I will be checking out more from the author. This was a debut, so I will definitely give Lorraine Brown another chance. And I do have Sorry I Missed You, which I hope to listen to soon. This and Eve Brown I mostly listened to because it was during bad flare time. I have been actually sitting reading the past couple of days. I have almost finished Sophie Morgan's book, Drive Forward. Fantastic. I'm sure it'll be in the next clip that I do finish it and talk to you. And then a book that I DNF'd. I had a copy of this via NetGalley, so I have tried to read this physically, I've tried to read it via ebook, and I tried the audiobook. The audiobook was worse than the paperback. I am really sorry. This is Amber Rose Gill, who is a Love Islander, and I really wanted to love this. There was just no spark. There was just no chemistry between the characters. The setting was supposed to be this beautiful Tobago. Tobago to me should be so vivid, so colourful, and it was just, it may as well have been written in Blackpool. Not that I've got anything against Blackpool, but yeah. And then the audiobook was narrated by the author, which in non-fiction I really, really enjoy. I love hearing somebody tell me their story, but in this, it was so monotone. None of the characters had any kind of slight voice variations to know that it was a different character. And yeah, I DNF'd that one because I didn't like it. I had a really exciting vintage parcel turn up yesterday, and I do think that people just won't understand, but I don't like clothes that I can feel. If I can feel the material, like say if something's like silky on my skin or scratchy, or it doesn't even have to be an unpleasant sensation so much, but anyway, if I can feel my clothes touching me, I am so uncomfortable. I have spent most of the last week in this. Let me show you this. This is just a massive jumpsuit, like harem style. Doesn't stay up a lot. If I'm going to be around other people, I definitely have to have a little top underneath, but it has just been great while I've been feeling crap to not have anything even remotely touching my body. So anyway, a few years ago from the Samaritan shop in Leicester, I bought this dress. I think I paid 99p or 1.99, and I wore it to death. However, I have put on a few pounds recently and it no longer fit comfortably. And so when I saw it in a bigger size on Vinted, I had to have it. And it is literally just this polka dot dress that just goes out, V-neck at the front, V-neck at the back, and it is literally an all year round dress. I wear it on its own in the summer with sandals. I wear it all through the winter with jumpers, tights, boots, all of that kind of thing. So maybe the dungarees will get a little rest while I wear this. But I think at the moment, with how my head has been, I've not really been wearing much variety of clothes. I've actually got a box set over there of clothes that I am putting away for now. I am really conscious of decluttering too much, because I've done that before where I've gone on a big declutter and then I'm like, right, what am I actually going to wear now? So I've been going through my clothes, and anything that I'm not wearing at the moment is going in a box in the garage. I've been rambling for 10 minutes now. I do have a pile of Bookmail to share with you, but I'll save that for tomorrow, because I'm fingers crossed hoping that something exciting is going to come today. So yeah, I'll see you soon. So I just realised I've been voice noting Victoria today, and I realise there are things that, like, I think that I've addressed in a vlog, and then I watched my vlogs back and I'm like, I haven't mentioned it. So firstly, there are now over 2,000 of you watching this little channel, and obviously I think that if I think too hard about you all sitting there the other side of the camera, I would never pick up the camera again. But still, thank you so much for all of your support, and actually a big thank you to Ali from This Wonderful Life. Now, there was a strange kind of events that Victoria did a shout out of booktubers and asked people what YouTube they liked, I think, and then Joe mentioned Ali from This Wonderful Life. I went over and started watching Ali, and she had mentioned Victoria, and anyway, I think that's where a lot of you have come from, and thank you so much for coming across to Books and Bargains, because I have grown like nearly 100 subscribers in a week, which for a small channel like mine that grows as slowly as it does, obviously it's not all about the numbers, but to have that injection of new people in a week is mind-blowing. So hello to you all, and if there's anything you want to know, ask me below. This channel is pretty chaos at times. I am going to do a Q&A and a kind of 2K celebration video soon. So that is that. Thomas is just coming in now. What does he want? So I have just finished reading Driving Forwards by Sophie Morgan, and I loved this book. This is a non-fiction. If you don't know Sophie Morgan, from reading this book, have realised that I've known Sophie Morgan for years without knowing that I knew her. From some of the things that she has been in, and strangely, she was on This Morning today. This is her story about her car crash at 18, which left her paralysed from the chest down, and this book is fantastic. So it's split into parts, and the first part follows the crash. She is very vocal in this about how she doesn't call it an accident, she calls it her crash, and how empowering that was for her. Nana's just coming out of the toilet now. Whoop. Tripped myself over a box. Better?
Yes.
Ready for a cup of tea?
Oh, room now.
Room now.
Not a lot out. Not a lot good.
So where was I? Yes, Sophie Morgan. The first part of this book is leading up to the crash and then her rehab. And one thing that I really loved about this, which I think I've said, I feel like I've said this like over and over, but maybe I've just thought it in my head. But with a spinal injury, there is obviously a lot to learn, like pressure care and bowel and bladder care when you can't feel that. And there's this scene where she talks about a nurse telling her that she's going to deal with bowel management by popping in a suppository. And I think that anybody that works in care has probably been guilty of this from time to time, that things like that are so what's the word I'm looking for? Like, so normal to us. Like, it's something we do every day. But Sophie, at 18, was horrified that this nurse was having to do that for her. And so we followed that kind of journey. But also, Sophie's really good throughout this book about talking about her own internalized ableism. And there's a lot in this book that I could really relate to. Obviously, my disabilities are a lot different to Sophie's, and she talks about her career in TV. There's just so much in this book that I just really enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend reading that one. So the book mail that I thought was going to come today hasn't come, so I thought that I would just go through the book mail here with you, and then I might finish this vlog. It is only Wednesday, and I usually vlog starting on a Saturday, finished on a Friday, but I did start a little bit earlier because of Easter, and I'm going to Dudley tomorrow night. So I'm thinking I'm just going to get this finished today and then upload it ready for Saturday. So I got the last of my Words and Kisses subscription. I still fully recommend Words and Kisses. It's just that I am not in a place right now where I'm actually reading the books that are being sent me, and I'm trying to save some money. So I have been sent End of Story by Kylie Scott, which is a book that I have heard nothing about. Never heard of the author. This is why I do love Words and Kisses. I have had 4 books from them. 2 that I hadn't heard of at all, and 2 that I had heard of. It says a sexy, smart and unconventional opposites attract love story looking at what happens when fate refuses to give up on what's meant to be. So, yeah, and the note in that one from Amy says there's a little bit of magic that brings these two together, and I think we all need a little magic in our lives. So I have, like I say, paused my Words and Kisses subscription at the moment, but it is something that when my finances are in a better state, I will definitely be going back to. Talking of my finances, a book that I bought on impulse because it was the Waterstones children's book of the year, I think, is The Cats We Meet Along the Way. Do I need to describe why I bought this one? No, and I am on a bit of a middle grade kick at the moment, so there you have it. I then have Hailey Swain, The Book Lovers Retreat, which is obviously one of my most anticipated books of the year, but I'm not reading this until I have got through the books that I'm currently reading, because I like to punish myself like that. And then we went to Sainsbury's at the weekend, and Nana was buying her great-grandchildren Easter eggs, and she asked me and Tom if we would like an Easter egg, and I said no thank you. There weren't many left, and I just didn't fancy it, so she insisted on buying me a book instead. So this is actually one that I have on NetGalley, but as I've said recently, I've not really been reading Kindle very often, and this was £3, so I got Looking Out for Love by Sophie Money Coots, and it's blurred by Cressida McLaughlin, so sold. And then some book mail that I've been sent. I think I may have talked about a couple of these already. I definitely mentioned the next 2 in my... Oh no, maybe I didn't with that one. Anyway, I can't remember if I've mentioned these 2 in a vlog. This one I definitely mentioned in my April releases video, and that's Don't Believe the Hype by Natalie Lewis. Again, this is touted as Devil Wears Prada, but British, I think. Is it British? It actually doesn't say, but Natalie Lewis is an expert with over 30 years experience working in fashion PR, so I think that will be good. I was then sent as part of the cover reveal, Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, and there is going to be an Annabelle Monaghan giveaway over on my Instagram, I think the beginning of May, so keep an eye out for that. I look like I've been crying, but I just had a massive coughing fit. So the next book that I have been sent is The Unstoppable Bridget Bloom by Alison L. Bitts. Now, this was from Harper 360 YA. I can't remember if I'm on a blog tour for this or if I just got it because it was... I get the Harper 360 email and this one stood out to me. I think that it's a plus size main character. Obviously a smaller plus size, but still plus size, and I am trying to diversify my reading in that way. And last but by no means least, the lovely people over at Michael J Books sent me The Woman Who Lied by Claire Douglas. It says she finally has her dream life, but someone wants to reveal the truth. This isn't out until July, so I'll probably read that in June. Might take this to Corfu with me. How many times have I said that about books though? So we shall see. I've never read a Claire Douglas, and so I've been on a bit of a thriller kick, so wanted to ask for that one. Talking about being on a bit of a thriller kick, none of the books that I'm currently reading are thrillers. So I'm just looking at my shelf there thinking, what do I fancy reading? I don't know, you know. I might start with one of the Steve Kavanagh ones, or the John Mars. They're both ones that have been recommended to me over and over. Or maybe a Lucy Foley. I'm not sure. I feel like I need to start something that I can really grit my teeth into. Most of the other things that I'm currently reading, in fact, all of the other things that I'm reading fiction-wise are either middle grade. I'm reading Pages & Co. I'm reading Rosalind Palmer Takes the Cake, Found in a Bookshop, and On a Night Like This, which none of those are... I mean, Found in a Bookshop is quite good actually, but I was going to say none of them are meaty. I really feel I might even read The Twyford Code because I've heard such mixed reviews about it. I feel like I need to make my own decision. But yeah, I'm not going to decide that right now. So I am going to leave this vlog here so I can get it edited and uploaded. But until next time, look after yourselves. I'm laughing because I don't know if this is just... I do the same, Victoria, but me and Victoria have been voice noting this morning, and she said that she was watching somebody on a BookTube newbie tag that used the same outro music as me, and in Victoria's head she was like, no, that's Charlotte's music. And I do the exact same thing. If I hear... There's a particular track that Victoria uses on her monthly vlogs, and that is Victoria's music. And like the intro for Aoife from Pretty Purple Polka Dots, that's Aoife's music. Like if anybody else uses that in my head, I'm like, that's Aoife's music. And so yeah, let me know below if there's any music that you associate with certain people. And yeah, until next time, look after yourselves. Bye.